We're going to work on a couple different variations of our outside leg kick, and we're going to build some basic combinations out of it. So this outside leg kick, we call it this because if this bag is my opponent, when it's facing this way, its lead leg is in the front, and the outside of their lead leg would be here, and this is what we're going to kick. So we're going to use our shin, not to hit the ribs like we do in our regular Thai kick. We're going to go down through the leg, and we're going to hit the outside of that thigh muscle. So that's why we call this our outside leg kick. Our inside leg kick would be here, and that would tag here. For this one, we're going to the outside of the left leg of our opponent if you're orthodox. If you're southpaw, then this is going to be just the opposite. So the first thing I'm going to show you is two different variations here. You could call one more powerful, but a little slower, and you could call one quicker, but a little less powerful. Really, there's a spectrum in between these two. Every kick is its own individual. They're like snowflakes. Every kick is its own individual kick, and you could fall anywhere between all the way power and all the way speed. Maybe you're medium in both. Might not fall exactly into one of these two categories, but practicing a power variation and a speed variation of this kick is going to give you an idea of the two different ways that you could throw it, and then you'll see that every outside leg kick that you throw is going to fall somewhere in that spectrum. So first of all, we're going to execute our regular Thai kick to get a point of reference. So I take a small step up onto the ball and toes of my front foot, turn through with that rear heel, and I bring my shin up to the ribs of my opponent and reset. I'm going to turn that shoulder through and come up to the ribs. This is our regular Thai kick. So now, when I go through the outside leg, outside of the lead leg of my opponent, instead of pressing up onto this foot, I'm going to take a bigger step. Boom. So I break a bigger step so that I come down onto this lead side foot. When I step through onto my lead side foot, I'm going to bend my knee a little bit. The goal here is instead of pressing up into my kick and getting the trajectory of my kick going up this way, I want the trajectory of my kick to go down this way. Okay? So instead of stepping up and pressing, rolling my weight from my back foot up into this kick, I want to roll down and place my weight down through my kick because I want my trajectory to go down through my target. While I'm pressing from this back foot onto a bigger step and down onto a bent knee on the front side, as I'm pressing off of this foot, I'm going to pick it up and start my kick. It's going to turn through the same way that I do for a Thai kick, for a Thai kick to the ribs, and my shin's going to come up and then hook downward like this. So I step, and I hook down, and this is going to come down through the outside leg here. This is our power variation of our outside leg kick. Big step, come down onto a bent knee here, and we're going to upside down Nike swoosh our leg up and hook over like this. Okay? So take a few and just feel the real power as your hip and shoulder come through this kick when you come down through your target onto that front foot. All right, now for the sake of feeling a speed version, you can just take a step and turn through, boom, and you can turn your hip through. Instead of targeting the ribs up there like we would on our standard Thai kick, we're going to target the outside of the leg here. So I just take a step this way, I press down onto this, and I flick it over. Okay? So this one, I'm not taking a big old hop from here down onto here. Just stepping over, turning it. Okay? And you can see how fast you can flick out this outside leg. Standing here, little step, and get it. Standing here, little step, turn it. On this one, I'm not so worried about coming up and hooking over. I'm flicking it out faster so that my opponent can't see it coming. So, put myself at range, step, flip. So it might come straight across like this instead of coming up and then hooking down and turning all the way over like this. It might flick out and through the side of the leg there. So once more, if you got a little extra time in your window, big step, come down onto a bent knee on this front side, chop, turn it all the way over, okay, for that outside leg kick. If you see an opening, but you've got to flick it out there fast, just a little turn out with those front toes, come through that low kick, okay? Power, and speed. You see those two variations, power, and speed. Now you got a little touch for both of those variations. We're going to put each of them into this combination here. We're going to go jab, outside leg kick, hook, cross, and cap it off with a T. So for the first variation, I'm going to go speed. So I go jab here, boom, and then I just flick out that leg kick real fast. I just point my toes where my kick's going, and flick it out. Boom. Now come back, bang, bang, boom. Yeah. If I don't have, my opponent's pretty quick on blocks and pops that front foot up pretty easily, then I need to flick that out and make sure I get it through in order to land it. If my opponent's got quick legs and is blocking everything, it doesn't make sense to go through a power shot because they're going to see that and they're going to defend it. So if you need to flick it out there fast, especially if this is one of the first things you're doing, right? If you haven't given them other looks and made them defend other areas, then you might buy yourself time to go through a power kick. But if one of the first things you're throwing is this low kick, you got to flick it out there fast so that you can land it. So you hit here, boom, fast bang, then boom, boom, and boom. Okay? We want nice speed on this outside leg kick. Jet, leg, boom, boom, ha. Jet, leg, ha. All right, now a power variation. So say this is the scenario here, maybe we've been punching. We've been punching, and we're getting our guard up, and we're getting them to sink down onto their legs, and they're not defending down low. We've bought ourselves an extra split second to turn over this power low kick. So instead of going boom and flick out here, I'm going to go here, boom, step down through, and really rip, bang, bang, boom, and follow up with the same combination. So I got jab, boom, step down, jab low, jab low. All right, so there you have that, guys. Different variations of your outside leg kick. When you have a little bit more time, your opponent's not popping their blocks up that quickly, then you might have time to really step through it and really let it rip downward. If you don't have as much time, your opponent's got quick checks, go ahead and flick over that fast one to land one, and then go into the rest of your combo. Thank you very much. As always, patrons, please join us for the video workout at the end of the week. Cup and prep.